This podcast is brought to you by Varietea.
Learn the frugal foodie tactics and strategies on how to slash your food bills while eating well, especially among students. I'm Muhammad Saufi, your host from MC 2424A. This podcast aims to improve your quality of life by advising you on how to eat well while spending less money. I believe it's critical that we learn to live as sparingly as possible during economic downturns like this one. When times are rough and the economy is in turmoil, especially for people like us who are students who live extravagantly struggle. If you think I'm going to tell you to skip eating out or only make such basic dishes, I'm sure it is not gonna happen. To be honest, food is something I don't like to skim out on. We want to eat better and enjoy our meals whether it's at home, which is most of the time or we are out. So if you look at your own budget, it's a big category for us relative to other expenses. But it doesn't blow our budget and we are still able to save for other important things. Low cost plan is like challenge for a lot of students. Besides, being smarter with their money is also finding ways to get meals up and ready in a relatively short time after classes. Because yes, we like to go out sometimes. We try to maximize the experience. So if you want to get a handle on your food bills and still have a good time, I think you will enjoy this episode. I interviewed my friend Amina Fahmi, and he also students to help out because I love getting different perspectives here. And he has some fantastic ideas and strategies to make low-cost meals. He also has some creative ideas on how to make your day out even more special while still sticking to your budget. So, what we are gonna do is we are gonna approach him. Sounds good? Let's get started. I hope it's not shocking news to tell you that eating more at home is good both for your health and wallet. And we savor you to have control over the quality of your ingredients. Based on the interview with Amina Fahmi, you can eat better on a budget. Let's start with the first area, making sure that your kitchen is stocked with the essentials. So when you come home or when you are preparing a meal, you can whip up something that's tasty fairly quickly. The good news is, you don't need a ton of fancy tools or ingredients. Actually, one of the best investment you can make is these two things up front, which is mini fridge and personal blender. But see if your roommates will be willing to split the cost with you. With these two things, you'll be able to have all you need to make amazing meals. For example, make a fruit and a green smoothie is great to do for a breakfast. Take a banana, which can easily be stored on the shelf, a cup of frozen blueberries, and a handful of spinach, and blend your way to a healthy breakfast in minutes. Add 1 of 3 cup oats to your smoothie to make it even creamier and more fillings. This can reduce everything from junk food, craving to a bad mood, bad digestion, and more due to the way high probiotic foods. Have fresh good fruit and veggies to eat for snacks. Fresh fruits and veggies are so important for your nutrition, gut health, and your overall body and immune system. As a student also, skip out on the junk food and pack a meal from home. On-campus food can be a quick and easy goal to when you don't have time to prep your meals or simply don't have the patience. But it often lacks the nutrients that our body needs to sustain itself throughout the day and might subsequently add some unwanted inches to your waistline. A cheaper and healthier option is to bring your food from home. It's a good idea to prepare your meals the night before so you won't have to rush in the morning. For students living on residence, use the common kitchen to make your own food. Make it a chance to get to know your floor mates and have a group cooking session. Having access to just a few items a week is a great place to start. So, a mini fridge in your dorm will prevent you from grabbing unhealthy items if you have access to this. You can also store other healthy refrigerated items here too that don't have to be heated. Buying these two small appliances is a great way to make so many dishes and have access to great food, all on a budget. All you will have to do is go to the store once a week and you will be set. You don't even have to have a microwave if you have these two foods. But if you do have the extra funds for that and the space, there will be a third item such as kettle that will be great to have. Besides, you can also look for discounts. You can use promotional coupons, reward programs, and loyalty memberships offered by grocery stores to buy your favorite items while saving money. Grocery stores near college campus offer incentive or discount to students for shopping with them. You can look for such deal and make the most of them. Another effortless way to save is to utilize buy one, get one free offers and other coupon delivered online or through mail. I know a lot of people, oh, that's so boring. Okay, well, most of the other students like, no need to go too far. We don't need to think about eating. Just eat what we want. But, to be honest, not everyone can do such thing because the economic income of each family is different. And maybe this is the way to save the cost of spending to use on other important things. Instead of ramen noodles, pizza, or fast food takeout, which are pretty much void of most nutritional qualities, try keeping healthier instant items on hand that don't require much prep. For example, favorite instant oatmeal is very high in sugar, but you can buy plain varieties with no added sugar and just dress them up yourself. Instant oats have the same fiber, protein and minerals and vitamins as regular oats. They are just cut more finely so they cook up quicker. Most nutritionists agree that while they may have a slightly higher blood sugar spike, the differences are overall very minor compared to the benefits you get from plain old oats, which are a great source of fiber, magnesium, iron, and more that your body needs. Besides, instead of purchasing branded food items, try buying store brands or generic brand instead. Retailers such as Tesco sell their own version of popular products such as cereals, biscuits, and etc., which cost less than popular brand. You will be surprised to find your favorite cereal or chicken nugget costing up to 5 ringgit cheaper than popular brands, which translate to big saving. The packaging may not be as appealing as those of bigger brands, but the content is what matters at the end of the day. Another tip that I can share is you need to know what to buy in single serving. I try to make our life as easy as possible. This is why I generally recommend buying some foods in single serving packages to help with portion control. It's absolutely true that more packaging, more waste. If you can make little packages yourself, please do so. This is always my attention, but then life and general business gets the best of me. At this point in my life, buying single serving packages is the way to go. You may think, how does this save money? Aren't single serving packages more expensive? This is true at face value, but let me tell you, it is very common for us to eat multiple servings at once if we eat chip from the bag or peanut butter from the jar. It's very likely that you will save money in the long run if you spend a little extra upfront to buy single serving packaging. I'm sure everyone is starting to become more familiar with the groceries delivery service, which is they are providing everything in a box that you need for yourself or family to make a meal. And it's so much fun to be prepping the items. It's nothing wasted, which is nice because I know some people don't like leftover as well. And the price point of this groceries delivery item is comparable to a grocery bill. So don't feel bad about ordering those boxes. They can be a wonderful stepping stones that allows you to get more comfortable around the kitchen. If you feel overwhelmed, don't feel you have to buy everything at once. Remember, keep it simple and keep this in mind. You can have everything you want to buy, just not all at once. So, rotate what you buy. Try one item this week and one the next. Split the cost with a roommate if that helps and you get along and have the same types of food preferences. Buy lower cost product like carrot, tomatoes, celery, and cucumber plus fresh lettuce or spinach are all usually pretty affordable. Apples, bananas, and oranges are the low-cost items that last a while in the fridge or about a week on the counter. Start with just a few spices that carry a lot of flavor, so you don't need a ton of spices. Examples such as cinnamon, black pepper, ginger, and garlic, if you tolerate it. These have antioxidants and a lower sodium count than salt. As a bonus, which can dehydrate you quicker. Buy healthy, frugal form of healthy fats. Nuts can be pricey, so buy healthier form of fat to try instead, such as small bag of flax meal, ground chia seeds, or even pumpkin seeds to eat instead. Just a little bit goes a long way if you love almonds, but the naked raw variety that has no salt or oil, they are usually less expensive than the flavored, salted option, and they are better for you. To add up my point, now you also can learning grabbing a few cookbooks that can be really handy. So many quick and easy recipes online to help you find new ideas each week. In fact, we have many recipes ideas that will work wonderfully for college students. So you can make your meals delicious at home and not waste a lot of money. More time, and speaking of stepping stones, something that helps us save money but we no longer regularly use is having a supermarket catalog. But now we can get it from online. It can be a really handy tool for you to discover where you could find better deals for yourself. I know every household uses it to hunt for the lowest price on all their items every week. But we try to include time with our calculation, and we found that it's cheaper and quicker to get our weekly groceries from one place around the corner, and then you will have a good spot for the majority of your stuff. You can then fill in the gaps with specialty stores or whenever you are on that side of town, so you are better making meals at home. Apart from that, you can also learn the value of whole chicken. Convenience is a running theme when it comes to cooking on a budget. The more preparation you are willing to do, the less money you will spend on buying certain ingredients, like chicken. By learning how to properly carve a whole chicken and use it in various meals, your food budget will stretch a lot further because it is more cost-effective than buying individual packs of chicken breasts or thighs. As a bonus, you will have some bones left over which will make a great stock base. The same idea also applies to pre-roasted chicken. You can also pick them up at your local supermarket, and they offer a more convenient option because they are already cooked. You can carve it up for different meals throughout the week like tacos, stir fries, and chicken sandwich. But what about when you are out? How can you keep costs in check without sacrificing a great time going out? It's also a joy and a pleasure, and sometimes required because the week's just too heavy and hectic. So you have gotta be able to go out and enjoy those experiences. As well, the first recommendation that I have is that when you are going out, you do a little bit of homework before you go. So there are things like coupon or restaurant voucher need to be had. It's always a good way to do it, so that can kind of guide where you go out for dinner that evening. The other thing to think about is when you are in the restaurant, try to think about the portion size that is really acceptable, so that you can share with your friends and cut the cost of your money. Go to a restaurant and say, we are going to share this meal. For example, Amir Fahmi said in the interview, I am pretty big guy. And so when I go to the restaurants, I say I need a plate full of food because Of course, emphasis mean a lot to me, and they are like, yes, I get it. So, they will guide you to the items on the menu that is very filling meal. So, they will try to help you out while it is easier than ever to read online review and get an idea of new places to check out. It is also wonderful to have friends in your circle that can give recommendation on some new places to date at. The more you start to ask around from your other foodie friends, the more you will discover some really interesting option going out to eat. Keep an organized kitchen is also a best tip for students to save their money to buy food. Making sure that your kitchen is well organized will help you save money by ensuring that you make the most of the ingredients you have. If you have been living in your flat for a few months already, chances are that your freezer and cupboard are full of things that you have long forgotten about. By having a clear out, you can take stock of all the items that you have and then you can use them up rather than buying more. When it comes to staying organized in the kitchen, don't forget about leftover. Choose a day every week or so where you will aim to use up all your leftover food items. Gather up any open jars or sauces and any vegetable that look like they will be going out of date soon. Basically anything that could go to waste but shouldn't. Then you can use this ingredient to make a tasty meals for you to survive. You don't have to break the bank to eat well. In fact, there are many ways to eat nutrient-rich food even on a very tight budget. These include planning your meals, cooking at home, and making smart choices at the grocery store. Also, keep in mind that highly processed food costs you twice. This is because eating lots of food high in sodium or sugar could lead to various health conditions. This comes with costs for care or medication and may mean you are not able to work as much as you did previously. Even if eating nutrient-rich food was more expensive, though it doesn't have to be. It will still be worth in down the line. You really can put a price on your health. The next point is avoid paying for friends. Yeah, like it's kind of funny but totally makes sense. Treating a friend to a meal is a wonderful act of kindness actually, providing you have got the money to do it. In a situation where everyone is trying to budget, however, repeatedly covering for that one person who always forgets their money at home will quickly lead to a low balance in your wallet or your bank account. So, it's the best way to pay individually when out with a group. Ask the server upfront if they can split the bill. That way, you will avoid the awkward, well, I didn't have a drink and you had the serve and turf conversation. If you have made plans to eat with a cash-strapped pal, suggest a cheaper option to make everyone happy. Or use point reward you have accumulated on service like Uber Eats or Touch and Go. Special thanks to Amir Fahmi for being part of this. Finally and most importantly, thank you so much for listening this podcast. I appreciate and I'm so grateful for your support. I hope you have a wonderful week and take care.